Hey everybody, I'm Lucy Brush. I teach yoga, Pilates, fusion classes at March Wellness, and today we're going to do a 20 to 30 minute series on abdominals. So let's get started. The only thing you'll need today is a mat, if you have a mat. If not, you can go ahead and pick any comfortable surface of your floor. Okay, cool, let's get started. We're going to start lying down flat on our mats, taking these first few moments, just checking in with a deep belly breath, giving yourself permission to let go of anything you don't need to hold on to, mental, physical, emotional, whatever it is. If you don't need it for the next half an hour, exhale, let it go. Maybe starting to notice if you can initiate your breath from your belly. So the shoulders can stay away from the ears, drawing down the back body. Full weight of the head is released. At the same time that we're finding that deep center breathing, I want you to picture a string on the inside of your belly button that's drawing slightly down into the floor. Not enough to interfere with your breath, just enough to start to feel those abdominals waking up. Our abdominals are super important for strength, balance, control, but they are also a huge support system for the front of the spine. So as we find these next few breaths, maybe start to feel that connection between that front and back half of your body. And then when you're ready, I'll have you bend your knees in towards your chest. You can wrap your arms around your shins or around the hamstrings, letting the calves fold over. Either way, bring those outer shoulder blades to the floor, broadening out the collarbone. You can find a couple circles with the knees in one direction. Circles can be as big or as small as you want, whatever feels good in your hips and low back. And then when you're ready, reverse directions. Belly button still drawing back, back of the neck is long. Hug the right knee in towards your chest, extend the left leg nice and long in front of you on the floor. Right hip is drawing slightly down to stay even with the left side. We are still but never stagnant. Each exhalation, right shin hugs closer to your center, left thigh presses deeper into the mat. Inhale here as you exhale, swap legs. Left knee hugs in, right leg is nice and long in front of you on the floor. Left hip draws down away from your head. Belly button still drawing back, opening up the chest. Each new breath is that new moment to rediscover your position. And then bending both knees towards your chest, bring your arms out to your sides. Shoulders stay away from the ears. Inhale, and as you exhale, rock your knees over to your right side. Left shoulder blade can stay on or drawing down towards the floor. Right hand comes to the outside of that left thigh to add a little extra resistance. Your gaze can face the left palm or the ceiling. Breathing into your full spine. Releasing that top leg. Inner thighs stay together, so we're using those obliques to bring the knees back to center. Inhale here. As you exhale, rock your knees over to your left side. Right shoulder blade draws down towards the floor. Left hand can come to the outside of that right leg to add that extra resistance. Gaze turns to face your right palm. With each exhalation, instead of thinking, how do I force a bigger twist, think, how can you release into a deeper twist? Letting gravity do the work. And then releasing that top leg. Keep your inner thighs together. Use your belly to bring the knees back to center. Can flex the feet, lift the heels up towards the ceiling, knees stay bent. Maybe you take your hands to the outsides of your shins. You can rock side to side. And then hugging your knees back in towards your chest. Belly button draws back. We're going to inhale, tuck your chin, lift the shoulder blades off the floor. As you exhale, one vertebra at a time, roll back down. Belly button's always drawing back. Inhale, tuck your chin, lift the shoulder blades off the floor. Exhale, back down. Inhale, third time, tuck your chin, lift the shoulder blades off the floor. Exhale, this time, maybe your sits bones lift off the floor. Wake up those lower abdominals. Inhale, lift up a little higher. Exhale, come back down. Nice. From here, right knee's gonna hug in, left leg's gonna extend forward just like before, only this time you're gonna allow that left leg to hover off the ground. This is ever too much, you can bring the left leg all the way down. If you wanna add on a little bit from here, you can lift those shoulder blades off the floor. But the lift is from the belly, never from the neck. So if you feel any tension in the neck at all, come right back down, let the head go. Finding your position here. Belly button's drawing back. Inhale as we exhale. Swap legs. Keep going. And 3. Hold, hold. 4. And 5. Think of slicing the legs more than lifting up and over. And 8. Again, and 8. Hips stay square. 7. 6. 5. Hold, hold. And 4. Energy past those toes. 2. And 1. Nice. Hug both knees in. Lift up higher to lower down. Rock your chin left to right if you feel any tension through the neck. Very similar series next, but we're going to add on a bit. This time left knee hugs in, right leg extends forward. It can hover off the floor or come down to the mat. You have the option to repeat exactly what you just did, or if your hamstrings are feeling up for it, we can straighten out that left leg. Halfway point is to keep the leg bent. From here, we also have that option to lift the shoulder blades. Either way, legs straight or bent, we're going to add a pulse. And pulse, pulse, swap, pulse, and 3, pulse, and 4. Try not to take the leg until the pulse, so it's the belly doing the work, not the arms. Again, 8, pulse, 7, 6, pulse, 5, 4, belly buttons drawing back, 2, and 1. Hug the knees in, lift up higher to lower down. Nice. From here, feet and arms are going to reach up towards the ceiling. Inner armpit draws back. Inner thighs stay engaged, so I want to keep my feet parallel. They're not turning out as they lower down. Full weight of the head is always released. Right arm, left leg is going to start. This is ever too much. You can go every other time, just halfway down, or you can bend the knees. Full expression, legs are straight. Right arm, left leg start. Inhale, extend out, hold, hold, center. Swap, 2, hold, hold, center. 3, shoulders stay away from the ears. And 4, hips stay square. 5, as the foot lifts back up, we're scooping from the belly. Lift. 7, lift. 8, and lift. Again, and 8, hold, hold. Center, engaging those inner thighs so those feet stay parallel. Center, 5, and center. Last 4, hold, hold, center. 3, maybe your quads are engaged. 2, center, and 1, center. Hug the knees in. Find a couple circles one way and the other way. Nice. From here, we're going to take our hands to this upside down V shape, and I'm just going to bring it around my sacrum, finding a little cushion for my low back. Knees are going to come to 90 degrees. Belly button draws back. My head stays released on the floor the whole time. I have a 2-part base here. Part 1 is my belly button drawing back. Part 2 is I'm going to take that natural curve of my low spine, and I'm going to draw it ever so slightly down. Not huge. Not enough to get rid of that natural curve, just enough to feel those deeper abdominals start to wake up. From that 2-part base, that is our priority, that in our base, so if we need, in our breath. So if we need to take a break at any point, go for it. Knees start 90 degrees. We're going to inhale, belly button stays drawing back, heels lower, exhale, scoop to lift. And 2, exhale, scoop to lift. 3, and lift. 4, and lift. Again, 5. Watch your low back as the heels lower. 6. Lift. 7. Lift. And 8. And lift. Again. And 8. Lift. 7. Try to keep that 90-degree angle at the knees So I'm not lowering from the shins. It's the full leg that's moving. 4, lift. 3, lift. I'm only talking right now because I'm breathing. 1, and lift. Nice, hug the knees in. Couple circles one way and the other way. Nice, knees are going to come back to 90 degrees. Belly button draws back. From here, we're going to clasp the hands, bring them behind the head. Elbows stay nice and wide. Often when we start to hug the elbows in, that's a good indicator we're lifting from the neck. I want everything to be from your abdominals. So full weight of the head is released in your hands, elbows stay wide. Knees are at 90 degrees, same 2-part base where we don't want that low spine to lift any higher than where it starts. Belly buttons drawing back. From here, as we inhale, the heels are going to reach away from your head, anywhere from 2.5 inches to 2.5 feet. As you exhale, knees will come back in. Shoulder blades are going to lift straight up towards the ceiling. So I'm not curling towards the knees. Back of the neck is long. Let's go all together. Inhale, press out. Exhale, lift. 2, lift. 3, lift. And 4, lift. 5, watch your low back. 6, lifting straight up towards the ceiling. And 8, again. And 8. Lift. 7, watch that low back. 6, lift. 5, and 4, lift. Belly button back, elbows wide. 2, lift, and 1, lift. Hug the knees in. Couple circles one way, and the other way. Nice. From here, arms are going to reach up overhead. Legs are going to extend forward. That can be as wide as this, or as narrow as this, or anywhere in between, whatever feels right in your body. As we exhale, we're going to hug the knees in. You're going to lift the shoulder blades, and maybe you have the option to lift the sits bones again. We'll go all together. Every other time is always an option. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, hug and lift, hold. And 2, hug and lift, hold. 3, hug and lift, hold. And 4, hug and lift, hold. Again, 5, hug and lift, hold. Belly button back. 6, hug and lift, hold. 7, hug and lift, hold. And 8, hug and lift, hold. Inhale here. Exhale, back down. Bring your feet together, maybe knees fall in. Rock your chin left to right a few times. Nice, and then hugging the knees again. We'll round the spine. We're going to find a few spinal rolls to come up to all fours. If we're not spinal rolling today, come over to one side. Bring yourself up to all fours. And then coming on to all fours here. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Heart reaches forward as the sits bones lift up tall. Elbows stay slightly bent and hugged in. As you exhale, curl the spine up. Inhale, heart reaches forward, sits bones lift up tall, opening up those abdominals. Exhale, curl up. One more round like that, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, back up. Nice neutral spine here. We're going to extend the left leg back. Try to keep that left hip dropped. And from here, top of the right foot presses into the floor, taking that weight off the knee. Maybe your right arm extends forward. Reach the sternum towards the front of the mat. Front and back half of the body working together. Inhale here. As you exhale, come back to all fours. This time, extend that right leg back. Try not to open that hip. Scoop it down. Low belly lifts. Top of the left foot presses into the floor. Left arm extends forward. Shoulders stay down. Back of the neck has some length. Inhale here. Exhale, back down to all fours. Nice. We're going to do that same thing, but we're going to start to turn it into a flow. Let's start left leg, right arm. Inhale, extend out. Keep that left hip drop. As you exhale back to center, try not to wiggle. Control through your center. Other side. Exhale through center. Keep going and out. And center. Other side. And center. Maybe going on your own timing. Can we engage the glutes and the quads? Heart still reaches forward, belly button still drawing towards the spine. Maybe last one here. And back to center. Knees nice and wide, big toes touching, reach the sits bones back, let your head drop down. Breathing into your hips and low back. You can walk your hands over to your right side. And then through center over to your left side. And then back through center. And coming up through all fours. I'm going to have everyone come onto their side. I want you guys to mirror me. So everyone's head is going to be that way. Everyone's legs will be this way. We're going to come onto our forearm. Shoulder presses away from the ears. And I like to collapse that a few times to really feel the difference. Always staying lifted. Shins are on the floor. Top hand can come onto the hip, or you can bring the fingertips forward for a little more stability. Whatever feels best to you. From here, bottom hip's going to lift up, starting to work on those obliques. If this is your edge, you hang out here. Your obliques are already engaged. We don't need to go further. If you want to go further, we're going to find 2 counts of 8 pulses here. Hips going to lower down, and 1, lift, 2, lift, 3, and 4, lift, 5, 6. Doesn't matter how low you go, try to get back up to that original height. 8, lift, 7, watch that bottom shoulder. 5 and 4, lift, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. You can repeat that for 8 more, a little slower, or we can start to thread. Top arm's going to reach up. Hips stay lifted this time. As we inhale, top arm's going to scoop underneath. We face that forearm. Exhale, extend back up. 7 more, and 2. Extend out. 3, and out. 4, and up. Again, and 5. Take your time to extend all the way back up. 6, and lift. 7, lift. Last one, and lift. Come on to our side. You're going to mirror me again. So head this way, feet this way. Forearm to the floor. Belly button's drawing back. Top hand can come onto your hip. Bottom hip lifts up. If this is your edge, you hang out right here. If you feel like going further, we find our 2 counts of 8 pulses. Inhale, we lower down. Exhale, lift. And 2, lift. 3, lift, and 4. For this series, chest stays open. 5, so I'm not collapsing down. Lift, 7, and 8 again, and 8, lift, 7, 6, emphasis on the lift, get back up to that height. 4, lift, 3, strong bottom shoulder, 2, and 1, lift. Nice. You can repeat that 1 more count of 8 slower, or we can find our thread. We're going to inhale, top arm scoops underneath. Exhale, extend out. And 2, and out. 3, and out. And 4, and out. 4 more. 5, keep that shoulder away from the ears, even as you scoop underneath. Lift, down, and up. Last time. And lift. Nice. Come on down. Maybe find a moment just with your legs crossed. Hands to your knees. You can press the sits bones down and back to wave up. And curl. And maybe just a couple more rounds here. Shoulders stay away from the ears. If it would feel nice, maybe plant your hands behind your hips, fingertips facing your heels. Your feet are in front of you. Let's just inhale, lift the hips up. Opening up the chest and shoulders. And on your next exhale, back down. Nice. Let's come back to all fours. So shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. From here, we're going to take our hands a palm's distance forward. Curl your toes. We're going to lift up and back to a downward facing dog. Use your hands to press your thighs back. One knee can bend as the opposite heel presses down. As you exhale, swap sides. And then 1 more time, each side. And swap. Both heels are going to lift up over the toes. Lift the sits bones higher. Essentially stick your butt in the air and then melt the heels back down. Shoulders are away from the ears. We're going to find a plank to down dog series here. Belly buttons drawing back, strengthening the abdominals, but the whole body is involved here. We're going to inhale, come forward to plank. If this is ever too much, knees come to the floor. Torso stays in a diagonal. As you exhale, up and back to down dog. If this is ever too much, knees come to the floor. Inhale, second time, forward to plank. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, third time, forward to plank. Exhale, up and back. Let's find our slow one as we come forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3. Sternum forward. 1, back 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second round, inhale forward, quads and glutes are engaged. Exhale, up and back. You can always adjust your hands if you're sliding. Inhale forward. Exhale, up and back. Inhale, third time forward. Exhale, up and back. Our slow one, we come forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3. Lift your hips and belly. 1, back 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale forward. Knees can always come to the floor. Exhale, up and back. Knees can always come to the floor. Inhale forward. Exhale, up and back. Full palms on the floor. Third time forward. Exhale, up and back. Last slow one. Forward 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back 5. Lift in the belly. 3, 2, 1. Nice knees nice and wide. Big toes touching. Reach back. Couple breaths here, breathing into your hips and low spine. You can wiggle if that would feel good. You can walk your hands over to your right side. And through center over to your left. Keeping your hips where they are. And then back through center. Maybe right arm scoops underneath the left. Giving that bottom arm as much weight as would feel good. You can look under that left elbow or armpit. And then swapping arms. And then extending back out. Again, maybe let's let the heart drop forward, sits bones lift up high. And exhale, curl the spine up. And then neutral spine, swing the legs around. And let's come onto our backs again. Legs are gonna start nice and long in front of you. Arms are gonna reach up overhead. We're just gonna find 3 roll-ups here. Belly button's gonna draw back. Arms reach up, tuck your chin, 1 vertebra at a time. We'll lift up, flat back. From here, find a forward fold, reaching over the legs. Coming back up to your flat back. Tuck your pelvis and then 1 vertebra at a time. Control, control, control. We come back down. Arms can reach up overhead. 2 more rounds like that. Shoulders stay away from the ears. Arms reach up. Inhale, tuck your chin, 1 vertebra at a time. Flat back. Forward fold, and then lifting back up. Belly buttons drawing back. Tuck your pelvis 1 vertebra at a time. Take your time back down. And last round. Inhale, arms reach up, tuck your chin. 1 vertebra at a time. Up and forward. And then lifting up. Tuck your pelvis, and with control, back down. Nice, hug your knees in towards your chest. Couple circles one way and the other way. Knees come to 90 degrees, arms out to your side. We start to stretch this out. Right ankle comes above the left knee. Arms can swoop through, clasping behind that left hamstring. Hug that leg towards your chest. Hips stay square. If you want to hang out here, you can. If you want to find your twist, arms reach out, rock your legs over to your left side. Bottom of the right foot comes flat onto the floor. Left hand can take that right foot and then draw the right hip down away from your head. Maybe gaze turns to face the right palm, maybe it faces the ceiling. And then releasing that foot back to center and back to tabletop. Left ankle above the right knee, arms swoop through, clasping behind that hamstring. If we want to hang out here, we can. If you want to find your twist, arms out, rock your legs over to your right side, bum of the left foot comes flat on the floor. Right hand physically takes that foot, use that resistance to draw the left hip down away from your head. And then releasing that foot when you're ready, coming back to center. Back to tabletop, feet come down, arms are by your side. Let's just inhale, lift up the hips, hugging those inner thighs so the knees stay in line with your ankles. If you want to walk your shoulders underneath and clasp your hands, that's another option. Head is still released. And then coming down when you're ready, one vertebra at a time. Right knee hugs in, left leg nice and long in front of you. Inhale as you exhale, swap legs. And then releasing both legs. Arms are going to rest by your sides as we come into our final resting pose here. Not finding strengthening or stretching, but our third component, which is just release. Shoulders away from the ears, legs and head, letting go, really feeling the support of the ground below you. Taking these last few minutes, not worried about anything we did or didn't do in class, not worried about anything we have to do for the rest of the day. Just focusing on that deep belly breath and release. And then starting to feel some energy come back into your fingers and toes. You can start wiggling those fingers and toes. Bringing your arms up overhead. Getting nice and long on your mat. And then bending your knees. You can rock over to one side. Bring yourself back up to a seated position facing my end of your space. Finding that nice long spine, deep belly breath. Allow yourself to kind of rebound off the mat, getting a little bit taller in your seat. If you're feeling up for it, maybe right fingertips by your side, left arm up and over. And then just swapping sides. Bringing both arms up, deep breath in. As you exhale, give yourself a bow. You guys are done. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will post again soon. Have a good week.